Welcome to another video, and as you know, for the end of this Mayor's Pass season, season 19, there's going to be two times Plumbob points. I think if we're playing SimCity Buildit this weekend, we really need to be doing the Contest of Mayors, because if we want some of those rewards, and we're so close, if we haven't completed it yet, now is the chance, because we get 2 times rewards, we don't have to work as hard, and we can get, a bunch of points. And this is also essentially good for winning club challenges where we can get good rewards. So I just recommend, if you're playing SimCity Buildit this weekend, I would say do some of these tasks. I also want to say they'd always do this event, 2 times Plumbob, the last week of every single season. So this means essentially that season 19 is ending. Season 20 will be released January 19th, from what I've heard. And it will be a Maui event. You can go see on my Twitter. I posted some pictures of some specializations that should be coming out according to sources that I found that reveal spoilers. But the Maui event should be coming. It's like a native New Zealand event, which, they're going to keep in theme with the Pohutukawa tree field. I'm going to give more of my reaction about that when it actually comes out. But I'm going to give you some COM tips anyways while I'm here, because if you're doing these tasks, if you have this last week, you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, I need to get these tasks done. Can somebody help me? Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. And really, I'm going to help you do some of these tasks. So I'm going to look at my tasks, and I'm going to give you some tips. So the first task for me is produce and collect lawnmowers. Now, time is something that you always want to look at. When you're thinking of which task to pick, because there's so many tasks, and you want to know which one to pick, the right one. First off, you want to think to yourself when you pick a task, can I easily do that? Will I follow through on this? For example, if you want to do this, will you have the time? Will you keep coming back to the game to collect the lawnmowers within the 10-hour period? So make sure you ask the question to yourself, will you honestly come back and actually try to do this task? Now, for the lawnmowers, that's going to give you 2,400 Plumbobs. Normally going to be 1,200, but because of the 2 times event, everything, you get so many Plumbob points. What I will say is, here's a tip. If you're over to level 24, stuff like producing items, it are actually some of the easiest if you have the raw materials ready. Because you can use cheetah tokens, and in reality that speeds up production 12 times. So it doesn't have to necessarily take 10 times. So when you're doing tasks like this where you just want to produce items, I recommend using your speed up tokens. It's actually a really opportune time to use the speed up tokens. You can get these tasks done real fast. With double points, you can get a lot of points. So use those speed up tokens on the Contest of Mayors. Now, you got due deliveries to London, and I think a lot of problems that people have with this is 1 day, 12 hours. And not just that, is that these shipments come and go. If you're someone that only plays a little bit, like a certain time in the day, it's going to be almost impossible to do this, because you're going to have to keep checking in at 3 different distinct time periods. Because once you do a delivery to London, you got to wait hours to get the next delivery. You got to produce the materials, all that and all that. So really, the only way people could do this is if those of you that play a lot, and those of you maybe, you have work, you have school, there's not enough time to do something like that. So if you're not going to really do it, don't waste your time, because if you're stuck on that, you can't do 2 tasks at once. So if you're stuck on doing something that is too resource draining, takes too long, you're realistically not going to complete, then just skip it, because that's just a waste of time. Now, launching disasters at monsters, ignore that one, okay? This whole event is 5 days. They're giving us a task that is 5 days. That's one of the longest tasks. Now, of course, if you have 5 disasters, go ahead, like if you're a really high level. But you could probably do better launching them at war. I don't think it's worth the 5,000 points. But again, whatever you want to do, you remember, look at your club challenge as well if you're in a club, because this will tell you if you can get more points. Because remember, in your club, the better you do in Contest of Mayors, you have to do better than your club members, and you can get some rewards. So you want to try to compete and see what they're doing as well, and try to compete with your club members. Earning fin simoleons, that's 4,700. But 2,350, that's not a lot. that just applies to me for any regional simoleon that any task that you get. I find those kind of annoying, and I honestly skip those as well because they're resource draining. The fact that you got to go for the shipments where you get regional currencies, that's going to cost you a lot of items, and it's going to drain your items. And then let's say if you need items to do other tasks, you're not going to have them because you're going to be wasting all your items on that. So I'd say skip that. Expand city area, that's actually very easy. It gives you 4,000 points. That's very simple. If you have enough expansion items to expand, no matter where it's at, use that. I say go for that task because you can expand an area if you have the right amount or if you have an expansion deed. But yeah, expand your city area now because if you were going to eventually, now's the time to do it because an extra 4,000 points won't be bad. That's really one of the simplest tasks because you don't have to do anything really. What I found about free collect free animal seeds, at least for me, and it'll probably get more when you get to higher storage, is that it's kind of tough to ever have free storage. As you can see on the side here, I actually am full storage out of 220. It's kind of tough to have that much open storage. So I don't like tasks where they ask us to collect all these items. In reality, a majority of people may not even have that storage space to collect it, and a lot of time this just gets ignored. Okay, so then you got earn golden keys. And a matter of fact, I was gonna do this one, but it does take one day. It just depends on your circumstances. If you have VU Tower, if you do cargo shipment, you can all easily get golden keys. You can get golden keys from chests from launching attacks in war. So use all of those if you're going for this quest. You could get it actually like right away if you have golden keys prepared. But it just depends. That one, I can't really give tips on that. That's a specific basis. That's a case-by-case basis. That it just depends if you have the opportunities to get the golden keys. If you don't and you know it's going to take really long, I would just skip it. Then you got launch disasters. It's only 6 hours. If you have the materials, it's just a simple press of a button at the VU Tower for those of you that have the VU Tower. So yeah, I would do that, of course. I'd say I recommend that big time. It's only going to give you 2,000 points, but you know, do the easy tasks for easy points first. So you can get those out of the way, and then you can get to the harder tasks. Upgrade Frosty Fjord Zone, yeah, that's an upgrade London town buildings, and upgrade Omega buildings. Those are all upgrade residential zone quests, and those are actually some of the easiest in Mayor's Pass as I've seen. At least for me. There's no side pass right now. There's no event. So building won't give us event points. So there is no distraction. There's not much motivation to build right now if we have a full city. But yeah, I would use those tasks as well. I think upgrading homes and design challenge, that's very simple. Anyone can do it because it's going to require basically no materials. I think you got to get the easy ones like that out of the way right away for an easy 1,600 points. And then you got the produce and collect tables, and as I said with the lawnmowers, use those speed up tokens, and it won't take as long as it says. You know, I should have elaborated more on what I'm trying to say, but it's kind of hard because I don't know what questions you're asking. So if you have any questions, please comment them, or if you're watching this on Twitter, please reply. But yeah, that'll be it. There's gonna be 2 times events, and we're gonna see what season 20 gives us.